Powerball lottery lawyer gives $1 billion advice. What's up? What are you talking about? The lottery lawyer?
That winning ticket will feel like you are struck by lightning, winning this $1.1 billion, the fifth most all time. And I bet so many people out there are trying to cash in as well. And you could vote. Have you purchased? Will you be buying a Powerball ticket? People are already chiming in. Yes, no, maybe. You can scan that QR code to the top right portion of your screen. Are you participating in this tonight? And we all know that the more people that participate, the higher it's going to get quicker. And that's obviously dependent on if anyone does have ultimately the winning ticket. But it could get even higher if there are no successful winners later on. So again, I'm just going to keep this on the screen for a little bit. Scan that QR code. Get those cell phones out, open those cameras, scan it right now, and you can cast your ballot to see if you think you are going to be coming out on top, if you could potentially be a billionaire. All right, let's continue on and talk about this. Bring in right now, lawyer, someone that is very familiar with the Powerball Lotto, Kurt Panousis. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. You have handled people that have had those winning tickets right there on their fingertips. What's the advice if someone is holding a winning ticket?
This is the guy? This the lottery lawyer? What's up? What you got to say?
Yes, I've actually helped about.
They say he got $1 billion advice.
50 jackpot winners across the country, so it's more than just one or two.
Oh, whoa, hold on, what is that?
Holding a winning ticket.
Yes, I've actually helped about 50 jackpot winners across the country, so it's more than just one or two. But my number one advice is for them to understand at this level, what we're talking about, the client needs to understand it's necessary to put a...
Oh, so like these winners end up needing to go to court or something? Like, what the hell? This is interesting.
Plan together. It's more than a claim. A claim is just going up there, necessary to put a plus level. What we're talking about, the client needs to understand it's necessary to put a plan together. It's more than a claim. A claim is just going up there, sign the back of the ticket, and submitting the ticket and your claim form. What you need to do now is put together a plan because we're talking about so much money. There's no do-overs. They only get one chance at this. It's the biggest financial decision a person or a family will ever make. And so you want to put a multi-generational plan together. But I tell people, don't sign or mark the ticket just yet. Just take a selfie of the front and the back. Take a selfie of you holding the ticket. Take a copy of the front and the back of the ticket. Put the ticket in a safe place. I suggest a bank safe deposit box because it takes about 30 days to really put something together that makes sense. And I'll go through that in a minute. But, basically just let the attorney come in and decide what's necessary based on what the client's goals are so that we can paint the picture on the back of the ticket. And that's who signs it. So if a client signs a ticket, there's a chance that their name may be identified with the winning ticket. So that's the reason I'm to be put off to the side.
Yeah, there are so many different...
That last part he just said just caught me. I feel like I just got pulled for a gypsy switch. Like, what? About the name and the signing it and the client that actually signed it. And hold on one second.
Signs a ticket, there's a chance that their name may be identified its goals are so that we can paint the picture on the back of the ticket, and that's who signs it. So if a client signs a ticket, there's a chance that their name may be identified with the winning ticket. So that's the reason I'm to be put off to the side.
But how does that make sense? If a client signs the back of a ticket, then their name will be identified with the winner of the ticket.
Maybe they want people to use an alias when they pick up the ticket so they don't get stopped or murdered.
Client's goals are so that we can paint the picture on the back of the ticket, and that's who signs it. So if a client signs a ticket, there's a chance that their name may be identified with the winning ticket. So that's the reason I'm to be put off to the side.
Yeah, there are so many different facets to what goes on when you have this winning ticket. And these were the numbers from Saturday And I think people may be grateful that no one had these. It was 318, 22, 27, 33, 17. So those were the numbers that did not come up. They weren't printed on any tickets there around it. But as we were talking about some of those kind of layers, the preparation is so important. You say it takes some time to put a plan in order. Walk me through those steps of what people should do.
Sure. What the client also has to understand is that the income tax rate right now for large wins or large incomes is 37%. So it's not going to be $1.1 billion that the client gets. It's 500 million prior to after the lump sum amount, and then after taxes, it's going to be about 300 million. So it's basically 300 million that you need to be planning for. As far as how would I use this 300 million? Am I going to give some to my children? Am I going to give some to a brother or sister or to some close friend? Those transfers or those gifts may cause a gift tax as soon as you go over $14 million. That gift tax is 40%. So you have an income tax of 37%, you have a gift tax of 40%. That's why a plan needs to be put together so that the person can identify. I like to ask the person, where do you see yourself a year from now? Who would you have helped out? What would you have wanted done? And then I incorporate that plan into what we are today so that I can help them meet their goals and objectives in a tax efficient manner. I want my clients to be anonymous. I want it to be a tax efficient claim. And I want to surround the client with people that will let the client be successful.
That's all I need to see. I get it. That's what's up.
Decided to complete my goals. Earning my degree with Purdue Global has given me the confidence that I am not too old. I can do it. Start your comeback today at purdueglobal.edu.
Keeping track of stock levels and sales used to be my biggest nightmare with my e-commerce store. Now, Xero makes it easy to stay.
So that's putting the team together, the CPAs, the financial people, so that way, again, the client has everything that they need.
Yeah, I completely. So this is my guy. Lottery lawyer is my guy. I'm all for the lottery lawyer. Big ups to the lottery lawyer. I get his view and his purpose. What he's doing, like, for sure, 100%. See, a smart person that will come up on someone like that would do that. It wouldn't even take somebody to tell them they have to do that. Somebody that's smart that's gonna remain to do the right things. You would think they would already know to do that. I was just chopping it up the other day, and that's exactly what I was saying. Like, kid me not. I'm trying to tell you, I've been telling people, like, yo, if I came up on it like that, what I say, the first 30 days, I wouldn't even touch that shit. Like that. Like, okay, I might pull out like 5 racks or some shit like that, 10 racks. But that's it. But for a good 30 days, because what he say, the lawyer even said it'd take a good 30 days to really just plan and put some shit together. Knowing for a fact, like, this what you guys in your account. Like, yo, that's crazy.
Need to be successful. The choice between the annuity and that lump sum amount, the annuity could be anywhere from 10 to at the first year to about 40 million on the 30th year. And so you're weighing that versus, do I take the 300 million? Do I invest that and get 10 to 15 million dollars, most of which will be tax free, and I still have the 300 million in the bank and I've already paid all my taxes on it?
I want to ask you about that because I think everyone kind of envisions it, not only winning the ticket, but like, hey, are you going to pick the annuity or are you going to pick the lump sum? What's the advice? I know it's a case-by-case basis, but it feels like we're generally in the lump sum kind of vision.
Yeah, I think if you...
Oh, that's a good question. I'm curious to hear what the lawyer says on this, too. I fought with what my boy Rashid said. I'm like, but that's what most people say. They taking the lump sum. Like, come on.
Feels like we're generally... What's the advice? I know it's a case-by-case basis, but it feels like we're generally in the lump sum kind of vision.
Yeah, I think if you can sit down with the client, I do this early on, and say, okay, these are the options here. So you can take the annuity, and this is what the 30 years of payments are going to look like before and after tax. But at the end of the 30 years, it stops. And if you haven't put money away, you're out of luck. Also, if income taxes go up, and again, what I have to tell clients is back in 1979, the income tax rate was 70%. So that's a lot more than 37% now. So, that's really their option is to, do I do that, or do I just take the $300 million after tax, invest that with a stock and bond portfolio to get a nice return, safe return, 4 to 5%, most of which will be income tax free because the dividend rate and the capital gains tax rate you can control. So therefore, most of it will be tax free, and the client will get about $12 to $13 million at least.
See, he's saying just like everybody else say. Exactly, that's the smart thing. I'm glad at least everybody can agree on that. I'm trying to tell you, I know for 100% for a fact, them the two things I would do. Like, I would take out just enough money to make sure, like, all right, for the next 30 days or maybe 60 days, I know I got enough money on me where all my bills gonna be paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, all my bills is paid off, and I got spending money. And that's all I would take until a good month or two passed. Because I would sit down and really, it would take me more than 30 days because you can't just trust any lawyer or any, you know what I'm saying, any, what do they call them people that do your stuff?
How do you want to answer your questions?
Financial advisor. We lie, hey. But yeah, you can't trust anybody to be a advisor and some shit like that. So first of all, it's gonna take me a minute just to find the right people. And then that's the other part. I would definitely find like the right person that would train me and show me, like, when it comes to all that stock and shit, all that trading, all that shit. I wouldn't be day trading unless I just mastered that. There wouldn't be no need for me to do that. But it's just cool to see that the lawyer is confirming little sidewalk conversations you nigga done had along the way with people. Seem like everybody on the right track.
Over the course of their lifetime, that they could spend every year without ever touching that $300 million, and the $300 million will continue to grow.
And you would hope someone doesn't kind of burn through that.
That's crazy. I'm gonna play that back. That's powerful what that man just said.
Of course, at least over the course of the capital gains tax rate you can control. So therefore, most of it will be tax free, and the client will get about $12 to $13 million at least over the course of their lifetime that they could spend every year without ever touching that $300 million, and the $300 million will continue to grow.
And you would hope someone doesn't kind of burn through that type of cash too fast. But hey, you never know. That's why people like you are out there. I do want to ask you, talking about it, because